Hey guys, so for today's video I have this makeup tutorial. I asked you guys recently on Twitter to send me some inspiration because I was kind of feeling uninspired with the makeup looks. So one of you guys actually sent me this photo, and good thing that the Instagram girl watermarked her photo because I can give her credit. So it's actually by Makeup Fang, if you guys can see that. But one of you guys sent me this photo as some inspiration and I just fell in love with it. So I kind of just took some inspiration from it and put my own little twist on it. So it's pretty much this super cool tone makeup look and this really light nude cool tone lips. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you are interested in checking out how I got this makeup look, then keep on watching. So the first thing we're starting off with is primer, of course, and this is the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer, and then we're going to move on to some foundation. For foundation, I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Warm Beige, and of course, you guys already know the drill. I am using my beauty blender to blend it out. So of course we're going to use some concealer to highlight and conceal the under eye and also down the center of the face. I'm taking the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay. This one is in the shade Light Warm, and I'm, again, like I said, just popping that underneath the eye and down the center of the face and blending it out with the beauty blender. You know the drill. So we're going to set the concealer and the foundation with this Kat Von D Lock-It powder, and as you can see, I'm using a more dense brush than I normally would. I have been loving this technique. I mentioned it in my favorites video. This one is a different brush than my favorites video, but nonetheless it is dense, and this one's nice and angled, so it kind of gets into any nook and cranny. So I really love this technique just to make my makeup last longer and really set the powder, or sorry, set the liquid nicely with the powder. To highlight and sculpt the face, I'm taking the contour palette by Tarte, and I'm just going to use the yellow shade, mix it in a tad bit with the white, and set the under eye and also down the center of the face. To bronze up the skin, I'm taking the chocolate bronzer by Too Faced and bronzing the cheeks, up the temples, and also along the jawline. Heading back to the Tarte palette, I'm taking that gorgeous neutral warm kind of contour shade, and I'm just going to chisel those cheekbones. This is the NARS, I believe it's called Yakioko. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a really bomb for contouring because you can use it for the face and also for the nose like I'm doing here. So since I'm doing such a cool tone, kind of muted look, I decided to just go with a plain old nude blush. So this one is Nude'tude by NYX, and I love it. It just gives you a tiny bit of color and a tiny bit of some nice dimension to the face without going too overboard. So now for highlight. Oh my god, I live and breathe for this highlight. It is so bomb. It's my favorite drugstore highlight ever, and for the longest time I wasn't using it because mine actually broke, but I got a new one as I showed you guys in my drugstore haul. So I'm popping that on the cheekbones, above the brow, and down the center of the nose. It's so beautiful. It gives you a glossy, really intense, wet look, and I love that it's so versatile. You can use it for dark skin, medium skin, and pale skin just because of its marbled effect. Moving on to the eyes, I'm just taking Custard, and this is just going to work as a little transition shade. To kind of give a little bit more dimension to the transition and the crease, I am taking Fawn, and this is just going to go, again, right into the crease for a little bit of added dimension. And then we're going to go ahead and take Stone. This is a beautiful kind of cool tone beige gray, and that's going to go directly in the crease, but I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm being very forceful with it. Like, I'm putting my brush directly deep into my crease so I can feel it kind of sink in there. It sounds super dramatic, but really sink it in there and buff it in. So taking Fudge, we're going to go ahead and deepen that crease. I'm using the same effect that I just was using, the same technique, but with a smaller brush, and this is really going to give us that soft kind kind of cut crease look. And I love this color because mixed in with the stone gray, it turned into like a deep gray brown instead of a fudge brown, which was really cool. And then taking this gorgeous cool tone metallic shade, I am popping that all over the lid, and the brush is wet, of course, just to maximize on that intense kind of wet look. And again, as you can tell, I'm pushing it up and into the crease to kind of work with that soft cut crease effect. And then we're popping on those same shades on the lower lash line just to kind of smoke it out a little bit, give it some sultriness. I'm also taking the same metallic we put on the lid and putting it on the lower lash line, just on that inner kind of corner part. Taking Anastasia's Dark Side waterproof eyeliner, I'm just going to go ahead and tight line with that. So prepping for falsies, I am taking the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara and popping that on, and then afterwards I popped on some Diva lashes by Koko, and I am lining the lid as well, just so that it can look one with my lashes and it doesn't look kind of off. So for the lips, I am taking Ofra Dubai liquid lipstick. This liquid lipstick is bomb.com. It's your perfect cool beige gray nude. It's so gorgeous. It did look a little kind of flesh tone, a little washed out on me because of my skin tone. It's super pale. So I went ahead and took Copper by Ofra, which is their lip liner, and I'm just kind of defining the lips with that a little bit, mixing it in just to add some definition so it doesn't look too washed out. So that is it for this makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching.